One man stood between Rome and destruction. Behind him stood a frightened city. In front of him marched an entire army. If he fell, the Roman Republic would die before it had truly begun. This is the story of Horatius at the bridge. The Roman monarchy was gone. Tarquin the Proud had been driven into exile. For the first time in its history, Rome was ruled not by a king, but by two elected consuls. The Republic had been born, but its survival was far from certain. Tarquin refused to accept defeat. He believed the throne still belonged to him. Across central Italy, he searched for allies willing to help him reclaim his kingdom. Eventually, he found one: Lars Porsena, the powerful king of the Etruscan city of Clusium. Whether Porsena truly intended to restore Tarquin himself, or simply wished to expand his own influence over Rome, is still debated by historians. But whatever his motives, his army marched south. For Rome, the danger was unlike anything the young republic had faced before. This was no small tribal raid. It was a professional Etruscan army. Thousands of experienced soldiers, well-equipped, disciplined, determined. As news of the invasion reached Rome, fear spread throughout the city. Farmers abandoned their fields. Villagers fled behind the city walls. Livestock filled the streets. Families carried whatever possessions they could save. The Republic had existed for only a short time. Many wondered whether it was already about to disappear. Between the advancing army and the city stood one final obstacle: the Pons Sublicius, the wooden bridge. It stretched across the Tiber River. If the Etruscans captured it, they would have a direct path into Rome. The Senate understood the danger immediately. The bridge had to be destroyed. But there was a problem. Destroying it would take time. Time the Romans did not have. Someone would have to hold the bridge. Someone would have to face the entire Etruscan army alone. According to Roman tradition, that man was Publius Horatius Cocles. He did not stand completely alone. At first, two other Romans joined him: Spurius Lartius and Titus Herminius. Together, the three men formed a shield wall at the narrow entrance to the bridge. Wave after wave of Etruscan soldiers charged forward. Again and again, they were driven back. Behind them, Roman workers hacked desperately at the wooden supports. Axes struck timber. Ropes snapped. The bridge slowly began to weaken. Still, the enemy kept coming. The defenders knew they could not hold forever. Then came the moment that would make Horatius immortal. The bridge was nearly ready to collapse. Horatius turned to his companions. He ordered them to retreat. At first, they hesitated, but there was no time. One by one, they crossed back into the city, leaving Horatius alone. One man against an army. The Etruscans paused. Even they seemed astonished. Before them stood a single Roman refusing to move. Then they attacked. Horatius fought with everything he had. Every second he remained standing gave Rome another second to survive. Behind him, the final supports gave way. With a thunderous crack, the bridge collapsed into the Tiber. The Etruscan advance stopped instantly. Rome had been saved. According to Roman tradition, Horatius then prayed to the river god Tiberinus and leapt into the rushing water. Burdened by armor and weapons, he somehow reached the opposite bank alive. Whether every detail happened exactly as later Roman historians described is impossible to know. Like many stories from Rome's earliest history, legend and fact have become difficult to separate. But the importance of the story never depended entirely on its accuracy. For the Romans, Horatius became the symbol of something greater. Duty before self, courage against impossible odds, the belief that one ordinary citizen could save an entire nation. The Republic survived its first great crisis. Tarquin's hopes of an easy return had been shattered. But Rome's struggle was only beginning. New enemies waited beyond its borders. New wars would test its strength. And in time, the small republic that Horatius helped save would begin conquering all of Italy. In Season 2, Rome turns outward. The Republic fights its neighbors, conquers Latium, and begins the long road toward becoming the greatest power the ancient world had ever seen.